Greetings, everyone. Willow1 here. We are off to Good Neighbor,
hungry,
and from
grab
there
a
we'll
bite
head to the
of
castle. But that's getting a bit ahead of myself. We'll do what we can to get to Good Neighbor as quickly as possible. And Nick is just strolling up the road rather than running after me. I mean, admittedly, it's more conservative about the power cells, but I don't know that applies to him. I mean, actually, I wonder if the rate of power cells companions use is the same as yourself. One of the main reasons why I'm not wearing the suit myself is that a lot of the stats I get are from my armor. Not to mention it's a lot easier to sneak. It doesn't matter if they see my companion because I can always pick them up, but if I die, less than ideal circumstances because then I gotta load back and that's a long trek all the way back to where I died and, well, you get it. This way, they'll focus on my companion and I can give him supporting fire from the shadows. Now let's see this map. Good Neighbor. It's actually pretty close to where I was. Also, the Freedom Trail's right next to him. Good Neighbor or Freedom Trail? Guess. Well, we'll see what it feels like when I get there. The reason I should make the choice now, they're both, like, right next to each other. I mean, there's so much scrap lying around. How are these people not making more stuff? Maybe they gotta employ the people and they're being cheap about it. Provisional government. I wonder how that would work. Is it similar to the Minutemen or gunfire? Let's see. I don't see any open. Oh wait, there's an opening. The radiation effect would probably have little to no effect on these cockroaches. This direction. Whoa, that's rough. They almost stumbles. This sentry bot would have messed me up if I let him. That's why it was primary target. Then I just used cover-based tactics against these minor guys. Well, I guess I'll this. Anything that's worth more than 10 caps per pound is at least worth carrying until we see the next trader. Fighting ghouls. Knuckles. I probably won't use it. But at least I get a bunch of free loot, since they were fighting each other, but the ghouls didn't do much damage. I had to do most of it. That's what happens when you have equal numbers and one side has an advantage of range. As I said before, I like to hold on to anything legendary, even if I don't use it. I guess you could say I'm a collector of legendary loot. Though it can be a bit cumbersome at times, because, you know, they use up a lot of weight. Weapons often do. Wait, how'd you lose so much armor? Were you, like, right next to that explosion? There goes your loot care capacity. I'll fix up your armor later. For now, let's get back on it. At the very least, you'll have damage reduction. It's not like you can wear any other armor. This is part of the reason why I'm only letting Nick wear the power armor. Can't wear any other armor. Though if he loses his helmet, I'll probably take it back from him.
What is it? Somewhere.
I didn't even see that dog, and he was right in front of me. Ooh, this place is a mess. But not our objective. I gotta swerve north. It was either the Molotov, which is unlikely, or that exploding car that got rid of all of Nick's armor.
But you can bet the view will be killer. Come out, wherever you are.
Screws are among the few resources I still do not have. If I had the proper resources, I could definitely do a lot more than just have Nick have power. Both have it. Oh, comic store. Oh, time. Sounds like another firefight to the south. This is clearly a gauntlet.
Subtle, pal.
Ooh, them or me, because both would apply. Wait, where am I going? North. Just gotta look for that red line on the ground and we'll just follow that. Oh, this is where I found Kate. This is what it looks like during the day. Kind of came here during the night. It's alright. Continue north.
Seven. And A. Some sort of code?
I'll have to take note of that.
Welcome, Patriot, to Boston Common, the start of the Freedom Trail. Feast your ears and learn more about.
Sorry, I'm a little impatient. But... No, I'll handle it on my own. Looks like the primary thing are these numbers and pads, so A is 7, 7's A. Following it. Oh yeah, that's where I killed that giant behemoth thing. That was a while ago.
4. L. That's definitely a code.
Wait. Oh, this way. Back this way. There's a roundabout. Following it.
2 and A.
Whoa! Snuck up on me.
Heads up.
What?
I'm all ears. You
What's
got
up?
time to talk now?
What's wrong?
Wrong? Oh, no.
What's
Nothing's
wrong?
wrong. We've just been traveling a while now, and I figured there hasn't exactly been equitable distribution of information. I've gotten a decent glimpse into your dirty laundry, but you still don't really know a whole heck of a lot about me. I figured I'd offer to balance the board. So, is there anything you want to know?
So who are you, Nick?
That's a question I've been trying to figure out myself for a long damn time. I know I'm a synth, authentic institute handiwork, but I'm still mechanical, not bioengineered like the fancy synths giving everyone the willies these days. I get tune-ups now instead of checkups. But my memories, my personality, they're all lifted from some cop who volunteered for an experiment back before the war. They scanned his brain and copied it onto the hardware that runs between my ears. Don't know why they chose to make a robot based on some pre-war cop instead of a math genius or a bioengineer. Hey, maybe that's why the Institute tossed me in the garbage instead of turning me into one of their people snatchers.
Wait, you're a robot? What else have you been keeping from me?
Ha! Well, I'm not sure if anyone told you, but there's been a war. Nothing big. I think we'll bounce back just fine.
Wait, the original Nick was from my time?
Sure was. Which meant when I finally ended up out here, it was quite the rude awakening. I remember waking up one day in a garbage heap, a body in tatters and a head full of memories belonging to a man who'd been dead for 200 years. Suffice to say, it was a confusing couple of weeks. Folks didn't really know much about synths back then, so when I finally ran into people, they mostly treated me with caution rather than hostility. But the kids, they weren't afraid. I think his name was Jim. The first person to actually speak to me after I got the boot from the Institute. My first human contact in this world. Grilled me for an hour. Once they'd seen I wasn't going to hurt anyone, the other folks in the neighborhood came out to ogle the mechanical man. It eventually turned into a pretty swell soiree. The local mechanic even gave me a once-over free of charge. Those people, they treated me like a human being. I've been trying to return the favor ever since. It's a surprisingly rare trait out here sometimes. And something I've noticed you got a fondness for. Part of the reason I've stuck around this long.
If you're good to people, they'll be good back.
help one person
That's
and
something
they help
I've always
another.
believed.
Couldn't agree more. Well, I expect you're about as bored as can be listening to me rattle my skeletons. We should probably head out.
Having this chat in the cemetery is a little morbid, but I guess the entire Commonwealth at this point is a cemetery, so perhaps that doesn't apply. Well, regardless, back to the task at hand. Good neighbor. And a lot of sidetracking, apparently. And looting.
2A.
Did I click on that, or did I get... somewhat certain, a fraction away from positive, that...
Now you got clear.
Hide forever.
Certainly try. Shotgun to the gut. I just wanted to follow my line. Why do you have to bug me? Stood in the light and right in their field. Now that will definitely reveal myself. Just gotta stay back here so they don't see me. Sounded like there was another gunfight to my right. But first I want to loot the legendary. As I said, I'm a collector. And there might be a... No. I mean, if it were, like, the heavy armor, then I would definitely use it, but it looks like it's of inferior quality of what I'm using. If it were strength enhancing or, you know, one of the base stats enhancing ones, I would consider it, but as it is now, it would be more harm than good. Sounded like the shots were coming from this direction. Wait, I'm getting sidetracked. Where is that freedom? Oh wait, no, that's just a middle beam. Where is the line? Wait, which way was it going? I think this way. Yeah, there it is. It's like traps and a bunch of stuff in front of this huge skyscraper. Check that out later. Oh, and there's Good Neighbor. As I thought, it ran right next to it.
Oh.
I have an idea of which way it's going. Keep going down this way. Oh. Way back down. You are hostile. I have a dog, so yeah. Oh, I think I have more than a few calls. Yeah, there it is. Oh man. All of them? I think that's all of them.
3I.
I want to explore this stuff, but
Light 'em up!
Stay away, huh? Look who
is that all of them? I revealed myself. What? What? What killed me? I call shenanigans. I don't know what killed me.